Hey gang, it's Bryan from FXBilliards. Today we're going to talk about one of the sexiest and most useful shots in pool. Now, we're going to use the term English throughout this video. Those of you that don't know what we're talking about when we say English, English is side spin. Not draw, not follow, but side spin is English. But the shots you're going to see today involve draw along with side spin. If you don't have a draw shot, if you can't shoot this one ball in the pocket and bring the cue ball back to this rail, then these shots are going to be totally impossible for you. You should still watch the video in full because I want you to see what you can do when you have the shot. But if you don't have a draw shot in your game, watch one of our videos. I'll put a link to some of the best ones on YouTube, in fact, that will teach you how to properly shoot a draw shot or how to improve your draw shot if you can't shoot it at distance. Let's look at some of the more basic shots, but also some of the most useful shots. It's very rare that I have a 2 or 3 hour session at a pool hall and don't end up shooting this shot somewhere along the way. It's very useful. It's not super advanced, but you do have to have a decent stroke. I'm going to give you a 8-ball scenario, but this could just as easily be a 9-ball situation. We are straight in on the 2-ball, and our 8-ball is all the way down table. If we shoot a draw shot and we come off of this rail, we are going to be just about here with a pretty decent draw shot. So what we're going to do is add low left-hand English. Just know that you need to hit at about the 7 o'clock mark with a good stroke, good follow through. You'll come off of this rail, your cue ball will spin down table, avoiding this 9-ball, and put you on the 8, and our shot looks like this. Those of you that watch this channel, you have seen this shot before. It is one of my favorites, and it is one of the most useful shots ever. You're going to come down here and you're going to land on this ball almost over and over again. Guys, if you're scared that you're going to scratch in this pocket, you should find the rack very quickly because there's no other shot that you're going to use to get from that 2 to this 8. Some of the shots that you're going to take in any game are going to involve the potential of scratching, and what you need to do is learn those shots when you have that potential and limit, not eliminate, but limit the number of times you're going to scratch with your knowledge of the shot. Let's look at something else. This is a very simple pattern for any elite player, and it's going to be for you going forward. You are playing 8-ball. Your opponent has 6 balls on the table. That's a good thing, right? You're down to the 8-ball. But you have to make the 1-ball first. So many players are going to screw up this layout, and it is very simple. If you shoot a follow shot on that 1-ball, guess what happens? You hit the 10. You're stalled. Even if the 10 wasn't there, shooting a follow shot is not going to put you in the right position for this 8-ball. I'm sorry. Follow for dough, unless you like dough. If you like dough, you better learn to shoot draw shots and draw shots with English. So, how do we get out here? This one is very simple. I've shown you guys this on the channel a number of times. We're going to play low right-hand English, and we're going to come off of these 2 rails, and guess what? We are going to be on that 8-ball all day and night. The shot looks like that. It does not take a great stroke, and guess what the magic is? I am moving practically in line with that 8-ball. It's very difficult for me to overshoot it or undershoot it. Now I have a straight in shot, just about straight in on the 8, and it is a wrap. So you can shoot your follow shot, run into that 10-ball. Let's say the 10's not there. Guess what you're going to do? You're going to come down the center of the table, and you're going to have a crazy cut on that 8-ball. The other thing that will happen if you have that shot is it will open an entire world of other position play to you, and it's a very simple shot. Every one of you that can shoot that short little draw shot we did earlier can shoot this shot with a little bit of English after practicing for about 15 minutes. If you can't, there's a problem with your stroke, you need to go back to basics. Let's look at the next thing. This shot might be the favorite shot of most advanced players. We are on the 1. We need to get on the 8. Let's put the 8 here on the rail, just a little bit tougher. What are we going to do here? We're going to play the shot with low left-hand English. Now, The reason this shot is number 3 on our list instead of number 1 is because it requires a special skill set. You have to be able to execute a draw shot with English and not miss cue and shoot a good follow through and have spin on that ball when it arrives to the 1, or it doesn't work. What are we aiming for? We are aiming for the ball in the cushion. You're going to hear some people tell you, aim right in front of the 1 ball. That's okay. You can aim there if you like. People that can't even hit an object ball where they want to hit it and put it in the pocket are now telling you to aim a centimeter or 2 in front of a ball. But you know what I can do? I can hit the ball in the cushion consistently. So my shot looks like this. Low left hand English. I'm going to come off of this rail. What am I aiming for? I just told you, right? The left hand English is going to bring me off of this rail and back this way for this 8 ball. The shot looks like this. All day. That is one of the most useful shots in pool, and so many of you don't have it. When you learn it on this side, make sure you're practicing it on the other side, because there's a lot of people that can shoot with low left, can't shoot with low right because they're practicing on one side of the table. But that's the shot. Let's shoot it again. I want you to see it from a slightly different angle. Again, you will have the shot at a shorter distance before you have it at this distance. I'm shooting it from 5 feet away on a 9-foot table, but I probably have a 30-year head start on many of you. So practice this shot shorter, work your way up, but that is one of the most valuable, most used, and favorite shots of elite players. So you've heard me say it before, but it's true. It's one of my favorite shots. Why? Because they're all my favorite shots. We are on the 1. We need to get on the 8. What are we going to do? We're going to play our low right-hand English shot. We're going to come off of this rail. Because of the way our ball is going to be spinning, we have running English. What does that mean? It means it's going to speed up actually when it hits these rails, and it's going to bring us all the way down here. The draw just gets us there. It is the side spin that's going to do most of the work in getting us down table for this 8 ball. So our shot looks like this. Low, left-hand English. It's not that difficult, guys. Like I mentioned before, if you have this, you've got a lot of other good stuff in the bag. Low right-hand English. We're back on the 8 ball. Side spin is hard to judge. Draw is hard to judge. You're combining both of them, but if you want to get on this ball, that's the way to do it. Let's look at something else. Like I always say, if you got that shot, you've got other shots in the bag. This is a good example. This is a derivative of some of the other shots that you saw already in the video. I wanted to include this because when I was watching Federgorst play Efren Reyes at Amsterdam Billiards, and we had some insane seats. If you watch video of it, you probably saw me and my friend Jarrett sitting in the front row. Federer played this shot, and my friend turned to me and he's like, "That's your shot, Brian." No, they're not my shots. I learned this shot watching Earl Strickland, who learned it probably 50 years ago watching somebody else. But it is a really cool shot. You are on the 1 ball. You're on the wrong side. The 8 ball is here. You're going to draw back off of these 2 rails and get up table for that 8 ball. Now, our cue ball is coming this way. We're almost surely going to get up table for that 8. If we have too straight an angle on this, we're most surely going to scratch here. So we have a slight angle here. I don't know what the degree is, but I do know that I'm going to cheat this pocket enough that I can come off of this rail as opposed to going in that pocket. So the shot looks like this. If you don't have a good stroke, forget about it. But if you can't make that shot, practice it. Get it in the bag because it is highly useful and sexy as hell. And we like to call them spirit breakers. Those of you that are new to the channel, if you don't know what a spirit breaker is, it's a shot when your opponent sees that shot, they pretty much check out the rest of the match unless they're themselves an elite player. You shoot that on league night, you've got 30 people standing around that never saw it before. A lot of you are playing on 7-foot tables. It's a much easier shot, but try it out if you have the other shots in the bag. Let's look at another one. When you've made as many YouTube videos as I have, you can read the comments before they're ever written. This is one of those. The guy says, well, if I had to get to that 8 from the 2, I would have shot a follow shot. And I would have got up there and took the shot on the 8 ball. Yes, you can make that 8 ball if you stop right there. If you stop here, you can't. You stop here, you can't. Stop saying you're going to do things that you can't do, okay? Or at least that aren't repeatable. We're going to draw this back. We're going to come back here, bounce off this rail with low left-hand English. We're going to spin our way over to this 8 ball. You might make that shot 1 out of every 10. I'm going to make this shot 8 or 9 out of 10. Something really bad has to happen for this not to be executed. Or if you don't have the stroke, of course you can't make the shot. But you're here to learn what you can do when you execute the shot. So this is low left-hand English. We're going to come off of this rail. The cue ball is going to have a bunch of clockwise spin on it, and it will get us on that 8 ball. Shot looks like this. Spin our way over. We nudge to 14. We're on the 8. What other things could have happened? We come back. We get more on this side. We spin over, and we come over here without hitting the other ball. Keep in mind, it doesn't matter if I nudge these balls because I'm knocking them out of the way. I'm going to be on the 8. If you come on the 8 from this direction, you are far more likely to get a shot at the 8 than if you go that direction. So if you want to keep following on these impossible shots, knock yourself out. Somebody's got a rack. So gang, when you've been doing this as long as I have, you can answer the questions before they're even asked in the comments. Where are you aiming? I hear all the time. First off, if you have to ask where to aim on a shot with English, you need to go and learn from a video that is about how to aim with English. Second, at the pace we're shooting, that we have to shoot most of these shots, we're shooting them with a ghost ball aiming. Why? Because even though they've got all this spin on them, there's so much pace behind it, we don't get a lot of the throw that you would see at a slower pace. So when I line up for these shots and I'm shooting at all these different angles, I'm shooting it like it's a ghost ball. And eventually, all your shots that you shoot with English just naturally going to look like ghost ball shots to you. We're not consciously adjusting for the spin. Yes, you have to adjust for the spin, but you won't consciously adjust for the spin. You'll just be able to do it. And those of you that are learning these shots for the first time, which is probably everybody watching it, or you wouldn't have gone this far, practice with the shots a lot closer and easier. I gave you some dramatic examples because it's part education, part entertainment, right? But at the same time, you need to learn them with the balls a lot closer than what I showed you today. Put in your reps. If you can't shoot a draw shot, you can't shoot a draw shot with English. Stop skipping steps. Practice and build up to these. And for some of you, depending on the amount of time you put on the table, it might take 1,000 hours, might take 2,000 hours. All right, you need to put in those reps though, because once you have these shots, again, you can do a lot of other things. And as you saw, some of them you will not run out if you don't have that shot in your game. And we like to run out. Have a great day. Talk to you soon. Don't forget to subscribe, give us a thumbs up. It's all important to the channel. And I'll talk to you soon.